slow. We don't know, Captain, you tell me what to do. Whoa, whoa. The Trinidad, oh, she was a beauty with wealth that few surpassed. And in her day, she sailed majestically. There were few in her class. Faithfully, she fulfilled her sailor's need. Some were overpowered by greed, and so they pilfered slow. Some took by bulk and go. Now she looked dull, she's at the lull. She could barely sit on her hull. Captain, the ship is sinking. Captain, empty, no electricity, we oil pressure reading low. Shall we abandon ship, or shall we stay on it and perish slow? We don't know, Captain, you tell me what to do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Trinidad, in her day of sailing, she was a friend to one and all. She never once ever hesitated to answer all SOS calls. And yes, well, she always did her best to help out those in distress. Now it's so sad to see she's in difficulties. Though she helped cheer, some of them cheer and sarcastically declare, Captain, the ship is sinking. Captain, the seas are rough. We gas tank almost empty, no electricity, we oil pressure reading low. Shall we abandon ship, or shall we sit on it and perish slow? We don't know, Captain, you tell me what to do. Whoa, whoa. If only there was something I could have done to restore the credibility of this beautiful vessel. Money's no problem. Now there's a lot of fingers pointing, suspicion running strong. Who's to be blamed for all her failures? Who's to be blamed for doing her wrong? Now please remember, I'm warning you, for to the air she had the same crew who hold the keys to her fault. So we know who's at fault. Now it's up to you, it's up to me to make her worthy to go back to sea. Captain, the ship is sinking. Captain, the seas are rough. Oh yes, we gas tank almost empty, no electricity, we oil pressure reading low. Shall we abandon ship, or shall we stay on it and perish slow? We don't know, Captain, you tell me what to do. We don't know, Captain, you tell me, oh, we don't know, you tell me, oh, we don't know, put up a flag, oh gosh, we don't know, when we turn to the World Bank for help, I know. Somebody put an application to the World Bank. Probably may get some help to do the repairs. We don't know. You tell me what to do.
change the world. Forged in the heat of battle. The power, the passion, the danger. Her courage will change the world.
Send me some hearts, please. I'm waiting for the live to build up. So I'm trying to make up for yesterday and today. I know you all would have looked out for me. I wanted to make a little video and post it up, but you know, when you're really tired, sometimes your mind say telling you yes, but your body say no. Yesterday was that type of day. And although I just came in from work, I say I can't do all of that. I had to jump out. So let me share the live some more. Let me share the live some more for those that let me share the live some more. Let the live build up a little bit. Oh boy. It's a sad situation that's taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, and it's only God could really help us, to be honest, you know. Because I don't understand. I'm trying to make sense of it. And it's like, nothing. The more you live is the more you learn. And the government is saying that they have crime under control. Imagine that. They say they have crime under control. All right. Let me see who's in the box. All right, Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, can you hold on a little 5 to 10 minutes, and then I will bring you up, okay? Right. So, so much of death, murder, sadness, and sorrow take place over the past couple of days. It's too much to tell Jesus. It's too much. So 4 persons were shot dead, including a child, on the Lady Young Road. On the Lady Young Road, Mova. 3 males and 1 child. Imagine that. I want to hear all your thoughts on this. Because remember, we are in a SOE, right? And the government's supposed to have the crime situation under control. And yet still people are being murdered left, right, and center. And you see, I want all you to put all yourself, you know, in a position thinking about, not wishing it happened to you, you know, no, but if that was you, how would have felt? Because some of us are say, well, you know, that happened to me, so I wouldn't really study that. I not go and take on that. But you know, that is thing to has to show some concern, eh? Because you could have been passing at the same time and a stray bullet, because bullet had no eye. You know how much people I see come in the hospital, minding their own business, going their own merry way, and they pick up bullet, stray bullet, and die. You understand? Yes, Mayara Esto, yes, it could happen to anybody. It could happen to any one of us. And it's real sad. And it hurtful. You know, you would ask yourself, what Trinidad and Tobago coming to? What is going on with the citizens? What? I don't know. I want all you to, you know, share all your thoughts in the comment section. And listen to me, don't be afraid to come up in the box, and give your opinion. You see, my platform is for the good, the bad, and the ugly. And, you know, I want to invite, I don't want to be biased tonight, but I want to invite some, you know, I don't want to invite just only, I want to invite everybody. This is not for UNC. This is not for PNM, right? You know, people who is UNC fanatic or PNM fanatics. I want the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who actually, you know, feeling the pain, getting the horrors to know what's taking place in our country. I want some all to come up in the box and voice all your opinion for me, please. Tell me what all you think about this 4 killing. And look at where it happened on the Lady Young Road by Movement. You understand? Share all your thoughts. Because they always say, I heard the old people always say, when the neighbor house on fire, you need to wet yours. Right? So don't be ashamed, do not be shy. I'm not going to embarrass you. I'm not going to let anybody in the comments attack you. Right? I am going to stand in the gap and put law and order. And anybody that wants to come up in the box, as you come up, you mute your mic. And when it's your turn, Bluetooth, you know, you just message me in the comment section. Can I come up? And I will bring you up and unmute your mic. How does that sound? We need to really do something here, but this, what can we do? We are under SOE. People can't really go out there and demonstrate. Marx Ram said in all her years, she never think she could have come to this. You understand? Yeah, they're saying we could shut down the country by staying home, but how many of us will do that? Because we clearly see this government, they have no crime plan. Because if they had a crime plan, they would have done put that in motion already, eh? Because look at what's happening to their own. Look at what's happening to their own. So don't be shy. I want it to come up in the box. All you don't have to stay alone. Because this affects what I'm speaking about here tonight. It affects each and every one of us. Because we know not the hour, nor the time, nor the place a tragedy could take place with one of us. So we ought to show some concern. You ought to come up or voice your opinion in the comment section and say how you feel about this. Right? So this first incident where 4 persons shot dead, one of them was a baby. Imagine that. Imagine that, a baby, you know. That child now born, you know. She even get a chance to live. She or him or her, didn't even get a chance to live, you know. And that child's life was taken away like a thief in the night, you know. Well, I could imagine that. Stop and think for a while. Let it soak in. We're hearing big people getting killed every day. We're hearing young people getting killed every day. But a baby, you know. Yes, we have to, the justice system needs to be fixed. Yeah, because if we don't fix it, we'll just be going around in circle. Good point. What's your name? Marloy Stroud. He has good point. We need to fix the justice system because if the head are good, the tail can't be good. Right? And in San Fernando police base, a female officer shot dead on April the 19th. Right? And multiple firearms and ammunition gone missing. Listen to me now. In a police station. When you hearing these kind of things taking place in a police station, remember the police station, whether it's municipal or is the TTPS, it falls under the same umbrella in my book. Because if it didn't fall under the same umbrella, what all them ammunition doing in that station? Some people say the municipal is market police, right? But okay, if it's two different entities, what all them guns doing there? And look how it was so easy for whoever to come there, murder this woman, and take the ammunitions and ride out with it into the sunset. Why was it so easy? And that clearly shows that, hey, we are ready yet in Trinidad. We slack. We real slack, Trinidad and Tobago. We real slack. We are ready yet. We ain't ready yet. We are ready yet. In a police station, you know. In a police station. You know, say they went behind a house. Or they went in a grocery and they just robbed the... It's in a police station. The police is there to protect and serve us. And if these things happening with the police, and remember other instances, Trinidad is in trouble. Who is going to protect us? And then who is going to guard the guard? Huh? Who is going to guard the guard? And who's going to protect us? Ask all yourself that question. Sit and think. I want all you. You see, Trinidad and Tobago, I want all you to sit down and think, you know, because we are the type of people, we don't take nothing serious in Trinidad and Tobago. We are happy, go lucky people, you know. We don't take nothing serious, you know. We don't take nothing serious. Everything is a wine and a jam and a laugh and a party, a cook by the river, enjoy ourselves. But this is not about politics anymore, you know. This is about what is taking place in our country, and it is affecting all of us, you know. And we need to show some concern about what taking place. This is too much. People robbing the police station now, you know. What they gonna do again? What they ain't gonna do again? I find a police station is a place people had to have enough respect for. Whether it's a police or a civilian, you know that is a government building. That building is to protect and serve the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And for you, whoever you are, if you're an officer, because they're saying it's an officer, I don't know. I see they put up a picture of a young man. And then they're saying it has civilians involved. They say they hold one or two people. But for you as an officer or a civilian to go in there, that means you have no respect for the law, you know. That clearly shows that here what's going on. That clearly shows. Political leader, I see you send me an invite. You want to come up? Just give me a couple minutes and I will bring you up. Together, you and Mr. Paul Singh. Right? That clearly shows that, watch me, what's going on with Trinidad? And you ain't really hearing the Prime Minister, what she could say really. What is the crime plan? SOE after SOE, and every day is murder? I mean to say, all right, it's a year they in power. We don't expect them to be Houdini and snap a magic one or snap a finger and everything fall into place, you know. But what are their plans? What are their plans going forward to secure us? It is leaving you to wonder, eh? And yet still, when the news media people meet them in front of Parliament to ask them questions, they shy away, they walk off, and they put a smoke screen saying that they have the crime situation under control. And let me go again. on Saturday, the 18th of April, 2026, this year, they found, two young men digging a hole to bury some bodies. And amongst the bodies was 50 babies. 50, only imagine that, 50 babies. 4 male and 2 female, so that is 6 adults. How? I would like to know the story behind that. Honestly, no, I would really like to know the story behind that. And again, that is to, you see, Trinidadians, all you have to show concern, be concerned as to what is taking place in our country, in Trinidad and in Tobago. This is not a laughing matter, you know. This is not a jokey thing, you know. We're going to be saying, well, all right, it happened to me or my family, so me ain't studying that. No, you don't know when the time and the hour or the place when you could end up in a situation like that. That's why I play the hymn, because it was going on. We've been partying and we've been enjoying ourselves for too long. All the old heads, Christian old heads who used to really pray and cover the nation, they die out. So we are adults now. We big. We have sense. We all reach the age of reasoning and understanding, and we need to bruise our knees for our country. Don't just get up in the morning and just go about your day. Don't just go to bed in the night and say a little prayer to cover yourself and your family. And while you're at it, ask the Lord to cover Trinidad, touch the heart of the ministers and them, both PNM and UNC. Even the commissioner and them, give them the wisdom and the knowledge so that they could come up with some kind of crime plan, because look what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. What really happening? I want all to tell me. Let me read from the comments. Yes, Trinity, police killing police, so who protecting us? No, that's the same thing I've been asking. If it ain't drugs going, and I heard tonight on somewhere on TikTok, I was rushing through everything, another set of ammunition went missing in another station, you know. But what really going on? And you know what bothered me a little bit? And I want to say something to the UNC tonight. I ain't showing no shades. I'm not embarrassing nobody. I heard a woman, I was to write down her name, but I didn't. She said that something about is PNM police. I want to ask that woman tonight if she finds she makes sense. Like if she and Heavy is twins, Siamese twins, because how everything happens in Trinidad and Tobago, all they want to blame the PNM. The PNM not in power, is the UNC. We put all in power to handle
the PNM
all the
officers set up all of this.
What?
This
and
doesn't sound right to me, and I am not going to sit down and butter that up. The Prime Minister probably needs to call an immediate curfew
and happy. We wouldn't go without food,
to handle what is taking place. No bandit could just run in.
And yet still up to now, nobody here win. All they haven't delivered as yet. If all they probably deliver, all they deliver in my area, and I heard a lot of people complaining. So then what really going on? I want the UNC to stop. And this is for the UNC. Please, stop flinging the blame and try to fix the problem. All right? All they made the country in a mess. The PNM didn't do this and the PNM didn't do that. Okay, fine. We heard that throughout the election. We tired hear that old story. You all are in power now. Try and fix it, because we the citizens are feeling the pressure. We feeling the pain. We under depression. It have people want to take their life. It have people go tripping off. A lot of youths on the streets with nothing to do. Idle hands finds idle things to do. So let us try to fix it. I'm not playing the blame game here tonight. We give already the chance to get in power, to fix the country and stop. Please, I'm begging all you. Because let me tell you something. By shifting the blame to the PNM, all you ain't looking good. They know I'm making all look very incompetent. It's as if Ole never had a crime plan. Ole didn't even know what Ole was coming into. It's when Ole reached Ole decided, all right, we go do this and we go do that. But I believe some of Ole ministers are taking Ole time to think about Ole plan going forward, how Ole go deal with certain things, you know. Ole just doing things vai. And when it work out, throw the blame on the PNM. So if a dog shit in the middle of the Red House, Ole go say the PNM tell the dog go and shit in the middle of the Red House. No, I asking a question. Ole need to stop it. Ole looking incompetent. You understand me? And all I need to understand, the generation today is different from the generation back then in my mother them days. When people were die-hard PNM and die-hard UNC and they voted on race. Let me hear that again. People are privileged to the news by a click of a finger on a cell phone. The youths and them, although some of them, you know, don't have much education, but they're out of school, you know, and or they have the education and they sit down home, they have the internet at the tip of their fingers. They have the internet to the tip of their fingers, right? So they know what's going on, so all you can't, sorry about that, eh? You know, when my children call others have to think, but let me just send them a voice note. Sorry about that, people. I'm on a live right now. I will call you back about 10:30. Sorry about that. Right? People not stupid anymore. People not stupid. Remember, Ole came with all these promises and saying, Ole go fix this and Ole go do this and Ole go do that. You all promise. And so far, the promises that you all would have made, it was like like a comforter fool. That's what everybody is saying. So put all your head together and try to fix the problem. That is the most we could ask of all you. But right now, so far, all you ain't looking too good, you know. And the country is unrest. People are not feeling safe in their home. People don't have the amenities to, you know, to live a comfortable life. People can't even afford to take care of their families, much as to send their children to school, put food on the table. They cannot do it. And when they reach out to you all and complain, all you're vexing. People go, bloggers going missing. Look at this guy, Robocop's son. Right? Up to now. And he was one of those bloggers who were coming on here and talking about allegedly corruption in the TTPS, and he gone missing. So then what really going on in Trinidad and Tobago? So then people need to put out a missing person report stating is Karen Alexis? Yes. Karen Alexis is missing, and then we need to get the police to go and find him because nobody don't know where he is. What really going on in Trinidad and Tobago? But I tell myself probably all they must take him and to question him. But at least let the family know what's going on with him now. Because I like it. You know, it ain't looking good on the UNC behalf at all, you know. If I go to say some of the things that the people on the street is saying about the UNC, all they go come from and all they go say that I trying to give the UNC and the country a bad name. But the voice of the people is the voice of the Lord. People talking and they're watching the UNC like if it's the worst thing that ever happened. I would say it in my mind, I wouldn't say it to people. But that's the talk on the ground. People are dissatisfied, people are angry, people are disgruntled, people, I wouldn't say hungry, but people don't have. They really don't have. And instead for them to pay attention to the needs and the wants of the people. Right? The needs and the wants of the people, their livelihood. All they say in the country have no money, but all they find $3.4 billion to give to 11 contractors to build new houses when it already have houses there, when all they could refurbish. And look at the three musketeers, all they want to put all that money in their hands. People that is very, their name have been calling, and very questionable people. That is what John Public is saying. And then all they want to come now to do what? 1 year anniversary. What all they going and celebrate? I've been honest. What are they going to celebrate? What is all they going to celebrate? Again, that how much are thousands of dollars all they going to use to celebrate and eat ham, lamb, and jam, while the same people put all in power complaining they don't have food to feed their families, they can't pay their rent, they have no jobs. All they listening to all themselves, all they here to serve us, to work on behalf of us, to put things in place for us, and all they not doing that. What is this all they doing? All they're making the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, I wouldn't even use the word hate. I'm not going to use the word hate, but dislike all you every day, bit by bit, minute by minute, hour by hour. And I am sure everybody in the comment section here, if the ones might admit it and the ones might, because of shame, will not admit it. Everybody's saying they made a mistake. This is not what they expected from the UNC. I myself, this is not what I expected. You know much youths in my area not working? You know much of them just come and ask me if I have any yard work to do? That is what the youths have to resort to. If I have any yard work to do. If I want somebody to scrub my fence. And mind you, I had to do my own yard work for myself. I had to scrub my fence to myself because I don't have money to pay nobody. So what really going on? And all they want to keep big yearly anniversary. My God and my Redeemer. You know how selfish that looking? Even from since Christmas, when all they keep all their big gala and all there's night black tie party that all they try to keep hush hush. Is one of all your own ministers sell out all you. And people went without. All they had to sit down and think. All they not thinking is either here what? All they decide, this is all their last reign and all they don't bound to come back in power again after that. But all they have to remember too, you know, it will have other young upcoming UNC ministers will want to vie for the position. And because of what all they're doing to the people, people will not even bother with all in. I would like to know, and I keep saying this in my mind, next election or local election, what all they coming back to say to the people, you know? Because people are not stupid anymore. It has social media. And even if all they take away the social media, that the whole year of sadness, sorrow, and hardship, all you put the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago through, it is enough to scar them. Because it's pain and pressure. All they're not understanding that. Not because all you're not going through it, you know, because all you're getting all your proper salary when the month come, with the perks, you understand, with all your free housing and whatever that comes with, whatever that a minister gets at the end of every month, all you and all your family could be able to live a comfortable life and sustain all yourself and think the proper way, proper things, all you're driving proper car, living in proper house, proper amenity. Why is the people on the ground suffering? People watching that. Long time people didn't used to bother with that. They say, well, once I get my little pension and once I get a little work, I go make 2 ends meet. But right now, you see this generation right about now, if you give them a chance, all you're gone. All you're gone, I'm telling you, because the youth's not getting nothing. The youths is our future generation. And they're killing out themselves. Look at what's going on. And I saw that incident that took place on the Lady Young with those 4 people. Right? 3 at the arm. It's young men and women, I believe, that was in the vehicle. And a baby. They're killing out themselves. And it's like people trying to survive by any means necessary, and all they're not paying, we no mind by. All they need to listen. Come up with something, put jobs in place. All they don't need to go and build no new buildings right now. agency houses, all they don't need to do that. Listen to the people. How come when we were campaigning last year, all they was listening to the people? Now all they don't want to hear nothing John Public had to say. All they don't want to hear nothing from the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. All they don't want to hear nothing from us. All they say, all they love us. All they care about us. And that is all they showing, all they love and care about us. Nah, man, Trinidad and Tobago, this is too much to tell Jesus tonight. I'm going to bring up some people in the comment section tonight. right? And all right, accept. Right, I'm bringing up some people. Oh boy, let me see. Right, Mr. Paulson, pleasant good night. Political leader and Phillips, if you want to come up, send me an invite and I'll bring you back up. Okay, darling? Pleasant good night, Mr. Paul. All right. Mr. Paul, mute him. Mr. Paul, mute your mic. I want to hear from this lady first. I hope you don't mind. Political leader of N. Phillips. Pleasant good night.
A pleasant good night to you and to all your followers. And it is an honor, first of all, having this privilege to even speaking to you and for being on the platform. So I must say thank you very much for having me. And good night again.
Yes.
So what is your topic tonight?
All right, so we're talking about all the chaos and the mayhem, right? So let me start with this one. We're talking about the situation with the policewoman that they found murder in the station, right? That would have happened in a San Fernando police base. I think it's in a municipal police station, right?
Right.
And the amount of firearms and that's nowhere, the amount of firearms and gun that went missing.
Right.
And I am saying that, that what really going on? So who guarding the guard? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll listen to your question first. Let me listen to you first.
And it's all kind of chaos taking place in the station. In one instance, in marijuana gone missing. Now we're hearing guns and ammunition gone missing. And their own has been murdered inside the station. So we're asking the question tonight, what all they think about that? And what really going on in Trinidad and Tobago?
First of all, let me just say my deepest condolences to Mr. Eversley and his family. And when I did a TikTok video today briefly stating that I will withhold any comments until a full investigation is finished. But something is not ticking right with me because you have too many conflicting reports coming from the Commissioner of Police. That's one. Two, there are many questions you have to ask because when they said in the report that they work with scotch tape and scotch tape the cameras. Now, I can't just walk into a police barracks or a police base or police station and scotch tape a camera service. So something has to be wrong somewhere. Now, that has to be an inside job. That's one. That has to be, there are many questions. Why is one officer there? Two, there are so many questions. But you know what really hurt me the most? I don't know if you listened to the Prime Minister's statement that she issued on X, stating that we all should go about our business because it's not, the TDPS is not a corrupted organization. The municipal corporation is something different. So what are you trying to tell us? That because the municipal police officer, the crime or the death isn't as strong and severe as the community police. And that is what you said. There are so many things that you have to ask. And what I'm afraid of is for people rushing the investigation. But then again, I cannot even trust the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to give a transparent investigation, notwithstanding the fact that the Minister of National Security, or whatever he is, Mr. Airbag came on the scene smirking. And through the whole day, Mr. Airbag was smirking right through. And that is not the face of somebody who has any remorse or anything. And you cannot even answer questions that will give the police or give the citizens any comfort. And I've been saying for the longest while, if there is no level of transparency in governance and accountability to the people, it will not show in the possession of how the country is supposed to be run. Simple. I am holding on to more comments because I'm seeing so many things coming out. But I hope that the family goes way beyond Trinidad and Tobago. Seek international jurisdiction or seek international guidance on how to get an investigation because this is crazy, eh? Now, we had some
Yes.
issues with the weed missing in a police station. All of a sudden, do we hear anything? We find it yet? We had positions of guns missing before. And remember, way back to Gary Griffith, when he was the commissioner of police, he said some of the said guns that were missing, as alleged, are the same guns used on the that were in the police station that's supposed to be checked in. Is the same guns and bullets that is being used on the crimes that are happening out there. So, is there a gang in the police unit? And is there who is going to investigate the gang or the said gang that is in the police unit? Those are serious questions you have to ask for, and we're not going to get any answers because there is nobody to hold the government accountable. And for me, the opposition is as weak because they're not using the powers that they're supposed to hold them accountable. Use every single mean. If you're not answering in Parliament, come out and use TikTok, use social media, use your international powers to allow and to bring them to justice because they need to account to the people. And the people are just sitting down there saying nothing. If Abu Bakr was alive, that's all I'll have to say.
Yes, for real. All right, so that's your contribution. You can stay on and just mute your mic, and if you want to say something,
I'll mute you.
Right, mute the mic and stay on. Right. So before you come on, Mr. Paulson, I want to address somebody here on YouTube, right? So somebody would have said, after 1 year of hardship, Miss Candice still hoping that the UNC do good. Sweetie, I'm not hoping. Listen to me. I just want betterment. This is for Julian Hamilton, right? What can we do more than hope? We had a hope because what can we do? We cannot go out in the street and march. We cannot do a petition for no confidence motion, right? What can we do? What can we do more than hope? Because they are the ones that regrettably I helped put in power. Because I'm not going to sit down and sit here and say, well, I put them in power, so let me hush and wait and see. I am still here. I am voicing my opinion. Other people is here voicing their opinion, and we're hoping for them to do better. But that don't mean to say I want them to stay. Right? So I hope that, there's an answer to your question, right? So we are here to reason, not quarrel and show shades, right? And I will come back to the other people in the comment section on YouTube in a bit. So let me engage with Mr. Paulson. Mr. Paulson, good night. You could unmute your mic and make a contribution. Pleasant good night.
It's not to say we cannot do nothing. We have the power to do everything about them. There's only 27 of them in the parliament. And there's a 1.201 million of we. We could do something.
Mr. Hayden, mute your mic please when you come up.
We put them there. We have all powers and all right to take them out if they ain't doing a good job. Because it's we put them there. If it wasn't for we, they would not be now in that parliament there and making no kind of outer timing and no wicked decision for the only citizen. And that lady who they killed long in San Fernando, that was a wicked act. She own kind of do she that. Because she maybe know something or some kind of thing and then why hush him out. He children in the grave, 50 babies. Oh gosh. That was real sad.
Yeah, boy.
That 50 babies was real sad. And then this evening I hear a pregnant woman, they find a pregnant woman dead in Kurumpe.
Wow.
Yeah. Everything this I don't know what to say about these people and that woman. But why saying police is police, not because it's that kind of police. Police is police. There's different branch that they have and different department they have in police.
And not only that too, Mr. Paul, what I am saying is this, right? Even if there's the municipal police, right? They're saying is not full-fledged police. But what all them set of guns doing stored there?
Well, there had to be the storage room for the guns on them.
Okay, but it was so easy for one or how much officers, or I should say persons, because I don't really know the story behind it, to get in there to get all them ammunition. Listen to me. All hear me wait. You know what that song like to me? You have your house, you don't have to put a lock on the fridge. But in this instance, they didn't have a proper lock on the fridge, and they just go in there and take out the mug of juice and you drink all and you put back and you just leave it open and you go about your business. That was like easy squeezy, easy peasy lemon squeezy. You could have just walked in there and get that. Where all the protective measures to secure those ammunition? They're not toy gun, you know.
No, they're not toy gun. But why say
that is real?
It's not a bandit.
You know what that tells me? You know what that tells me, Mr. Paulson? The justice system needs revamping, it needs refixing, and here what's going on. We're not safe, you know. We're not safe. We're not safe.
No, you're not.
Because look how easy it was. Look how easy it was to go in a police station and commit that act.
And you know, I don't know, but I do not think is a stranger walking there. Is somebody who well known walking that station. No stranger walking in no station and take all them bullets and all them things. Where they going to do that? They going to fight war? I don't think we don't fight war. All them bullets going back on the street. All them bullets going back on the street.
Because remember, right after Mr. Guerra killing in Sandy Grande, I think it was a soldier or a Coast Guard when he came off a cricket match or a football match. He was gunned down, and when they find the spent shell, it belonged to the I think it was the police station. When the spent shell was came from the police the registered number is of our police station from our police station.
And police will never stop corruption because you pay them getting, that is not enough for them. So they have to get outside job for them. So that way they will want to do all kind of criminal thing, kill people.
But then hear what? So then hear what, Mr. Michael. My thing is this. If a police salary is not enough, there is the bank, there are credit unions, you could join SUSU, you could save your money, you could take loans. So if it is that you're getting a salary, what I find they should do, right, give them the option to give them housing. You make life a little easier for officers, right? And then you offer them counseling, because to be a police officer, it does take a lot out there, right? Because I've heard other officers saying that. And when you catch an officer breaking the law, involving themselves in criminal activity, they had to get life in prison. In prison.
But that ain't happening.
Listen to me. You have to set an example. From the time you break the law and you are found guilty, you have to start somewhere to correct the justice system. You have to start somewhere. Because it's not a day it happening. No. Let me tell you this. This happening years. Since I was a little child. Since I didn't have children yet. And even when I had my first child, you understand me? I can remember they caught an officer transporting drugs in a dead hearse. So it's not today this happening. You see, they neglect it. They look in a different direction. They cover it. They put a smoke screen over it. So now it's getting out of hand. So who is going to fix it? You can't just implement law on the citizens and don't implement laws on the officers and them who commit a crime. Look at the Justin Samaru situation. It was caught on camera. When the public come out and talk about it, they try to muzzle us. They tell us we can't share it. If we have any footage, we could get locked up. Who is dealing with that now? And you're hearing nothing about that. Up to
that
now,
that don't go on the capital already.
Up to now, the DPP and come back with a report to say, well, charge the officers, or if the case going forward, or if it stands still. But a woman who murdered her husband somewhere down Point or South or wherever, she outside on bail.
Yeah, I think she got 14 years.
No. It's a businessman. His wife.
Oh,
His wife would have murdered him, and in a matter of days, she was outside on bail.
well,
Or
I know
weeks,
he's
I
a
should say.
business. Well, I know
Right.
she's
So
a businessman wife, so she will get bail and she'll
so
come back out.
yeah, but come on. So what happened to Justin Samaru and Kaya situation?
Yeah, that is the thing
What
about them.
happened?
That is the thing about
You
them.
understand?
And the only thing I like about that about foreign America, which they just look up to that place, that doesn't, no matter who he is, if they catch you guilty, they get in your jail
They're
time.
charging you.
They get
You have
in
to
your
stand
jail
up to
time.
them. Yes. So you had to ask yourself, so what happened to Trinidad? What happened to the laws in Trinidad and Tobago? So the laws only apply to we the civilians. So once you're rubbing shoulders with the Joneses, or your name is I just call in the name as Sabga or Abur, or let me say big shot people. Your situation, or you're a big police or a big papi or a big minister,
Yeah,
your
couldn't hear.
situation gets swept under the carpet. So
Yeah.
punishment is only for the citizens who commit
Yeah.
crime, and you as a big papi or up there rubbing shoulders with the Joneses, you get an easy pass.
Yeah. And that is the thing I like about foreign. They does take their laws serious and their justice serious. If they do something and they give, it's jail. Yeah, you could have how much money? The jail in here.
Yes, we need to set some law and order in Trinidad and Tobago, because if they don't, it is going to get worse.
Yeah. That little child,
Right.
boy, little
Mr.
child
Paul,
killing
let
that.
Let me just hold on to your last thought. Let me give Mr. Hayden a voice. Mr. Hayden, you could unmute your mic and give your your contribution. Mr. Hayden?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
First of
Pleasant
the
night.
Pleasant good night to all in the panel. Pleasant good night, Miss Princess. We
Pleasant
need
good night.
we need to take crime and the crime situation in the country seriously. The second thing, we need to take these laws that we have in Trinidad and change them completely. Revamp everything, right? Because I can't see how one person in a police station, they're going in the police station and taking out things like it is their house. You don't do those things in a foreign country that you're being locked up, jailed, sentenced for a long time. So it's very unfortunate that that had happened in Trinidad, but this is where we reach showdown, right? And this is so hard for a lot of people to come to comprehend, because crime in itself is an organization that runs and does things in a certain way. We as the citizens are just citizens who are here to voice our opinions and say things how we see fit and how we see it, right? But I think that the politicians need to take law, crime, and criminology to our next level, so that the crime in the country must be taken to a different height and more seriously.
Yes. That's your contribution. Thank you so much. You can mute your mic and you can stay on. Right? In case if you need to make another contribution. So let me just address Joanne B9C5U. So Joanne said to Gillian Hamilton, she ran up and down putting yellow jersey on people. Yes, I did. And that person was my stepmother. Right? She did not get paid. So she talking now. Sweetie, what I did it from my heart. I didn't wanted no money. I wanted betterment, because here what going on. At the time, we all were fed up of the PNM and some of the ministers. We were fed up. And of course, I had my situation taking place. And when I turned to the PNM for help, they didn't take me on. And I went to the Crime Watch meeting, and Auntie Kamala stretched her hand and she helped me. She sent lawyers. I gave you the whole facts, right? Yes, I got help. I am very thankful. The lawyer is an excellent lawyer. But at the end of the day, I can't sit down and see what was promised to the people hasn't been delivered. People going hungry, they don't have. I am not selfish. I could have sit back and say, well, I don't get what I want from the UNC, and I happy, and I care about people. But I have a heart as a mother. And I am not and to be honest, I would say, yes, I made a mistake. But this too is a lesson for the PNM. You understand me? This too is a lesson for the PNM. The PNM ain't all that bad, you know. To me, the only thing with the PNM, they forget to listen to the cries of the people, right? And they need to come back down. They need to come back down to reality and become one with the people on the ground. And you know, sometimes people have to learn a very harsh lesson to really know, to come back to consciousness. And I am seeing the PNM meeting with the people now. And let me tell you something, I am about the people. For me now, it's not about party. My loyalty remains with the people. Right, sweethearts? I give the jersey, yes. But I don't mean to say I'm a UNC fanatic. I am a people fanatic. So when people go hungry and they call my phone or they put up in front of my door, I have a problem with that. So take your time with my sweethearts, okay? Nice. Go ahead, let me give Trinity. I'm a Trinity. Kitty Cat Pink, you can come up and give your contribution.
God, Trinity, spending real time with your girl these days.
Yes,
she called me Trinity.
Often. She called me and check on me every night.
You Candice, you always get them kind of haters to come and try to break his spirit. I'm glad it didn't break his spirit because it will every time you'll always come and say that. Yeah. But Candice, you see that scene with the police station? I tell them all there. We still don't know what is the real scene with that. Nobody can really manipulate me. I just listen stories. I just listen things, try to make good sense out of it. You understand? We just saying allegedly the police and this woman was together jamming. And the police woman, allegedly, we just saying, I just saying, you know, and our next policeman she was with. And allegedly, this man who gone in there, jammed the woman, he told feelings, get rid of she, then empty out the vault. That don't make no sense at all. Let me tell you something. The man who get locked up, he have to take that fall. That is not the real story. Nobody can fool me. Nobody can trick me until I pay attention. When things not making sense, my brain does get confused. You see, when it start to put together, that not making no sense. I know properly the story yet. But what I do know, I sure the man that get locked up is not the man that even killed that woman. Sure. But I sure he had to take the fall. For the real, he had to take that fall and hush him out. Because they go get rid of him.
Yeah.
And if these things going on in the police station, and these are the people that we have to trust, and we are under SOE, these are the people that is coming into our homes. If we looking suspicious, however, they have privilege. The government give them that. And they're doing these things. How you making me, I need to get a fire, it come like we need to get firearms to protect ourselves from the police. Because they are killing their very own for what personal ever reasons or whatever misunderstandings they're having in there. But they're not supposed to take the law in their hands to serve them at no point of time. And they was always doing that. Now it reached so critical that they're using it on their own, and that is what is very scary. This is why I keep telling people, we don't want to hear we don't want to hear all these smoke screens. We need to get those guns back. How much little guns? Watch a little bit of guns to get back all you think. All that firepower. The kind of things inside are they. No normal citizens in Trinidad, all here. We Trinidadians, we like to real talk. I'm not saying they don't have man who are belly, you know. But which part that station is located? Nobody. I know rare people. I work stills and thing with people who live in all on the wharf. The police will, are you seeing that? The police will kill them. They not. Candice, I know men on the wharf who selling fish. Good. I everyone. I smoke. So you must know people. People does know everybody. Everybody does talk. The police and them accustomed to doing what they know what they're doing, partner. They know they're accustomed doing this. They get whatever is seen upon, they get caught or whatever, however. But the man, I know for sure, he didn't do that. And no stranger, no normal civilian ain't was working with them. That is police work. Look at the little bit of guns they get. Yeah, with the real firepower. Where the real, they ain't get back the real, the serious ones. You understand?
Oh, so what you're saying is that the smoke screen then? So that is what how they call it, what the alibi? They just show that there.
Screen because the smoke screen.
I didn't hear what
like
you said.
like for us, the public. Right. Yeah, that's for us. Yeah, I'm muffling probably because they know that doesn't want to cheat, but that is for us, the public, to know. That's for we. But the real thing, we not knowing nothing. I go stop talking because I see her sticking across the screen.
All right, so I'm
you know, it doesn't really, because my live end 4 times yesterday talking about it, so I really wanted to, but I just learn all, you know. Go ahead.
All right, baby. Thanks for your contribution. You can stay up a bit. Pause the mic. So, political leader, you can give your contribution.
Listen, I don't know this lady, Miss Kitty, her name is, but I want to shake her hand spiritually. Because the woman said to you, I'm not going to say anything until I hear the final, because there is too much narrative, and she's just said it. She just said it. They're going to put that man as the individual. How come his picture was posted some few minutes right after and saying he's the one in the station? He's going to take the fall for there's something bigger beyond the mortar and the pestle. I do not believe that this was just something that they thief the gun. Something is wrong, and this lady just said it. This lady just said it. This is a small screen for something that is bigger to come. One person, you're just smearing his name, and you're smearing his face all over. Something is wrong, and this lady here, she just hit the hammer on the head. And I'm saying again also, in terms of crime, they keep on saying they have intelligence, but how is it that they're using the SOE to detain persons like Mr. Alexis, who's gone missing? Nobody's really asking where he is. Other persons they're detaining. And remember, when they detain this person on the detention order, they are saying to the public, they have, what do you call this thing when it's used? I don't want to say intelligence. They have airbag intelligence that they're going to commit some crime or they do. But how come you do not have intelligence that these guns will go missing? How?
Okay. All right.
Well,
exactly.
On, I just want to say some things about Lord. I'm a young politician. I'm coming up. And I don't want to use the powers that I think I don't have as yet. I want to use the powers to save the country and to save the citizen, but I want to use it as now. But I'm saying to you, they are in Parliament using the detention orders to cover people's mouth like you and I, and saying that we are gang, we are going to do this, and we're going to do brazen attacks. But how come the intelligence does not be used or is not justifiably used to prevent things like this? something is wrong somewhere. And let me tell you something, these young men, let me tell you, I have been talking with these young men. When I walk in Sawa for the first time and I run my campaign in Sawa, Lakoa, Lakanoa, whatever they call the area, I spoke to some of these young men. Lakano. And when talking to them, you have to ask yourself the question, these young men that so, they must have no money to buy gun. How they getting the gun? These guns are not coming here by you and me. It's coming from these bigger people in Westmoreland and Westmoreland, all these rich people, these big businessmen. And these containers that are coming here, these young men do not have the money and the wits to bring in these guns.
Thank you.
Nobody's saying anything.
What happened to the I just be saying,
what happened to the cocaine shipment from since Manning time? And the question I keep on asking, you all have confiscated all these drugs, cocaine, and guns. Where are they? How do we get an account of all the guns and drugs that were taken off the streets way back then to now? Where does it go? Is it burnt? Is it disappearing? And where are we hearing the same guns that you'll confiscate off the road is the same weapons used today? And let me tell you something.
Everything going back to the streets.
Exactly. And the crime is not just about these young ones, you know. This crime, the judicial system is in a total mess. We need a strong constitutional reform and a judicial reform. And if we do not have a judicial reform, we will be going back and back and back and back. The laws that have been created are to suppress the young black people like you and I. It is not to protect us. Because who young person gonna get a lawyer? And the lawyer, them is all them working with the state. There is no good lawyer that literally stands there to defend the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Every one of them is in the pocket of the government and opposition, or whoever there is. Come on, man. People need to wake up. Somebody said that we can't do anything. Yes, we can do. And that individual said it. We are 1-something million people. And if we don't bloody vote, nobody goes into government. And it is time the people start voting for individuals who will make a difference. You all have to put aside the party politics. This jackass woman keep on talking about all PNM. I was like, so how do we identify a PNM police? How do we identify a PNM nurse? How do we identify a PNM doctor? Come on, man. Let me stop it. We are brilliant minds here, and Miss Warrior Princess. I'm taking this opportunity to ask you and your followers and those who are on this panel, if they don't want to do it and sit, I have said it since I entered politics. It is time for us as all the political leaders to sit on a round table and come up with a crime plan, a crime initiative, a community and a Trinidad and Tobago based crime plan. That where all our voices as political leaders are, we have to sign a paper after that. When we come out of that, after we finish that crime plan, all the political leaders, we are signing a document that we are not going to the press to release any information because that is a matter of national security. That's one. Two, we are not going to also condemn any actions of whoever the government is that will take the necessary actions of that same crime plan we all as political leaders put together. Because this crime situation, it is not just about UNC or PNM or TPP or UTP. It is all our business. And in order for us to have an effective crime plan, we have to sit down on a round table as political leaders and discuss and put a strong, powerful crime plan bill in effect. And that is all I will say. Thank you very much for the contribution, and I'll be listening in. I am getting ready to go into a UN meeting at 9:30, so I will still be listening to you all. Thank you so much for having me. And for those who don't know me, I am political leader Nicholson Phillips, the Unity of the People, from since 2020, based in Tobago, but I'm also running for election in Trinidad and Tobago. So thank you very much, Ms. Warrior Princess, and that is my contribution as well.
Yes, Trinity.
Thank you very much,
he could be the headlight. He could be the headlight.
Take your time, right? So, welcome, Mr. Megatron, Mr. Barefoot. Pleasant good night as well. So, I will give Mr. Barefoot a chance to make his contribution, and after him, Mr. Megatron, you will come on, okay? Mr. Barefoot, pleasant good night and welcome.
Good night to the host and those on the panel and those in the comments, those who are also behind the FYP, because we understand greatly that there are persons who usually come in on these lives and they do not make themselves known. They are not in the comment section or so, but they are very well there. Listening, or they have their agents and so on listening on the FYP. I wanted
and they too are welcome. They too are welcome. Go ahead, Mr. Bedford.
I wanted to touch on something that was raised earlier on, and that is the issue where the mass burial in Komoto was happening earlier on this week, and that caused some consternation.
Mr. Paul,
I want to bring some clarity. I want to bring some clarity to that if persons are not aware. Now, it may seem strange to some persons, but what was happening there is something that happens quite often. What happens is that the various regional health authorities from one time or another may have bodies or cadavers at the morgues and so on that are unclaimed by family members, etc., etc. And from time to time, they would put out notices in the press asking persons to come and claim bodies and so on. Once an exponential amount of time would have elapsed and no one would have claimed these bodies, it is left to the state to dispose of these bodies. I am not sure if anyone has ever heard of a poor man's funeral. The state usually enacts something like that.
I would have heard. I would have heard about that.
Right. So in order for that to happen, what the state does is that they contract funeral homes to dispose of these bodies. What would have happened in the case in Komoto is that proper procedure was not followed. So it is not a case where 50 babies were unalived and 6 adults unalived and so on. It is a case where there were unclaimed bodies. A lot of those, the infants that we would have heard about, those would have been such as stillbirths and so on, so that it is left to the state to dispose of them, and that is the manner. They usually use the cheapest manner possible to dispose of the remains, and that is true burial. At one point in time, they used to do cremation and so on. However, now the cheapest point of doing that is burial.
Because when I heard of the babies, because I said to myself, but they usually do that at the hospital when a mother gives birth and the child dies. Is either the relative come and so we will take the baby, send it to a funeral home, or they put it in the incinerator and burn it. But look at the big amount, look at the vast amount. It's 50 babies you talk about,
Right. So what would have happened is that this is not bodies that would have been from a very short period of time. This is bodies that would have accumulated over a period of time. In fact, I want to go so far as to say that I know that in the case of adult cadavers and so on, it takes at least 1 year having those bodies at the morgue before they are disposed of. And they try to get on to the next of kin and so on. And it is only when there is no forthcoming persons to claim those bodies that those bodies, and they contract funeral agencies to deal and treat with that.
Mr. Barefoot? Mr. Barefoot? We wasn't hearing you for a couple of seconds. We
Oh
lost you
my.
for a while and then just came back.
Oh gosh. Well,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure where you all would.
I was hearing him.
I wasn't hearing him. But then that clearly shows that you're
Serious? What I
interfering
was
with life.
hearing him good was
I wasn't hearing him. So all the top of the screen there a little bit. Show me some
it was
love.
your life stick.
Go ahead, Mr.
Yeah, your life, you know.
Yeah.
So what would have happened? So what would have happened in this case is that the contracted funeral home would not have
Princess,
followed.
I just walking down by Weekday and come back. I'll just leave a space and I'll come back.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, sorry about that.
Yeah. The funeral home that would have been contracted in this case would not have followed proper procedures. And that is something that, of course, the ministry, at least the state agencies, would have to deal and treat with. However, what would have happened here is not something that is unusual in terms of the disposal of human remains. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that in terms of clarity. The procedure that was used was incorrect because no persons' bodies are not supposed to be buried in one mass grave. Each individual corpse is supposed to be in an individual allotment, that sort of thing. So that whatever process they were about to use there, that is not how they were supposed to deal and treat with the disposal of those remains. And I know that the investigation and so on that are going to be had, they're going to deal and treat with that. But I just wanted to put persons' mind at rest that this is not 56 unalivings and someone was surreptitiously attempting to get rid of the bodies before persons could find out, etc., etc. Yeah?
Okay.
Yes. So that's one. Two, I wanted to, oh gosh, where's my notes?
Well, we had three topics. We were talking about the murder of the police officer and the firearms.
Right. So I wanted to go back to there were several contributions made by several different persons, and one of the themes that was being repeated is that the small man on the ground doesn't have the competency or the capability, the financial capability to bring in large amount of arms and ammunitions into the country. And I want to say that I was on a live recently where a prominent member of the Syrian Lebanese community came up on that live. And it was rather interesting to hear that gentleman speak because he stated that the very same thing that was being discussed, in that it is not the average person who brings in large caches of arms and ammunition and so on. And he went so far as to say that it predominantly happens among his community. I was very amazed that he said that very recently on a live. A very prominent member of that society. So yes. So we speak about the young persons not being able to bring them in. That is correct. However, what we need to do is to come to a place where we must be able to get our young persons as well to understand that they should not throw away their lives, for a quick fix. Someone hands them a unit to go and commit a crime and that sort of thing. How do we go about doing that? That is a challenge yet for us to overcome. As it relates to that issue with the unaliving at the San Fernando Municipal Police Compound. That one has me stumped. I want to first express my deepest condolences to the family of the lady who tragically lost her life. How does something like this happen? How does one police officer be left in a station too, especially when there's so many arms and ammunition in that station? You know, that is a breakdown of procedure. But more so, I believe that this was a very organized plot. Very organized and executed in, you know, a very, very skilled manner. When I looked at the amount that was taken from the safety room also on the lockup, when you measure that in terms of weight, that is almost 100 pounds worth of, you know, someone carrying away 100 pounds worth of arms and ammunition, you know. That's not a small feat. They, you know, whoever did that, it was targeted, it was well planned.
And executed. All right, so Mr. Barefoot, let me just give the time. Yeah? Right. The time is at hand, so I want to give Mr. Megatron a chance to say something, and then Mr. Bridge, I will allow you to make your contribution. So, Mr. Megatron, go ahead and give your contribution, and followed by Mr. Bridge.
Good night, Mr. everybody. Good night, Mr. Barefoot, Princess, Kitty, Bridge, everybody. YouTube, everybody, alert to the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, everybody who listening on the live, good night. So, no matter what happens in this country, year in, year out, we see things happen and we ask questions when we already know the answer to. Who is really held accountable for some of these things that have been happening in the country, for the seizure of firearms, drugs, everything that's happening? There are things that happen so much over the years. We heard of things, of shipments of drugs, shipments of guns. The last shipment that I know major was busted from Trinidad was 500 pounds of cocaine. They get in them Trinidad juice tins. We never really hear nothing. Never hear the owners held accountable. We didn't hear nothing going on. We are a failed state that the judicial system failing us every day, and there are things that is not happening in our favor. Right? I just want to send out my fast condolences on behalf of the family of the little young girl who have lost her life in the quadruple murder close to our area in Mova Lavantel. And I hope that the family, I hope that that is relatively close to where I live. So everybody right now on edge, right now everybody on edge to some point. And the TTPS up and down, doing checks and balances, trying to see who they could see and ascertain. So I just want to offer my condolences to the family and that little girl, and I hope that God could guide them through in this time, because there are too much young kids we lose to murder. And my heart right now crying out a lot from way back to now. On the second hand of this, I would like the TTPS to do a full revamping system of the way their hiring practices are done, the psychiatric evaluation to officers are done, and to find out what is what. I think polygraph tests should be administered on a 3 to 6 months basis with officers to know who involved in where, when, and what. Because if you ask them a question direct, you're not going to get the truth. We have a non-functioning commissioner of police who, yes, he knows what he's doing to some point, but on a major scale, he don't know what he's doing. I think it's time for we to bring somebody in who has a lot of expertise and more precise when it comes into justice being served. I would like all the Trinidad and Tobago police officers who this, some only need to take all the jobs really serious and start to put doing the people work serious. So you're getting paid to do a job, not just coming to make a salary and go. Because when you all don't solve a murder here or stop a crime here, that is a family life being shattered. Right? I'm appealing to everybody here on the live, please. To and from all the workplace, pay attention. You sit down in a maxi, pay attention. If you go into the ATM, the grocery, just try and pay attention, as right now crime is rampant and rife in the country. Crime in no face, ain't showing no face. Crime affecting any and everybody, from the young to the old. I am fed up at this country with the non-functioning governmental ways where they're supposed to be serving the people. We're not supposed to be serving the government's supposed to be serving us. And it's time we demand accountability where things are happening. We have ministers in government that hold in office right now who have matters pending before the courts. I ask that the Honorable Prime Minister suspend some of these ministers or remove them from cabinet. That is a conflict of interest. You can't have somebody who has matters before the court serving. That is a conflict of interest. I'm thankful that they didn't spend money, the $3.4 billion to the contractors, but they're going to look for some way to disburse that money somehow. Because right now the greedy eyes and the greedy hands tickling on it still. Right?
Yeah.
On the matter of the WPC, they say they get back 45 guns, 35 guns, however much they say. I would feel comfortable when you all tell me, they get back the 100 guns that is now being circulated in the country, because they say it's over 100 guns now, because the story changed all over again. So I don't know if it's to believe 65, 55, I hear I know it's over 100 guns. I would like them to get back every single weapon. I would like police stations throughout Trinidad and Tobago, ACPs and inspectors to send their officers out and bridge the gap in certain areas right now. If you're on that SOE, zone out the areas and then we know crime is rampant and rife, we know they will pass from XYZ up, down, ABC, and stop using the SOE as a tool to muzzle people, rob them and unalive them. You all getting paid to do a job, protect and serve. The government ministers who hold office, who is not fit to hold office right now, who have matters before the court, they should be removed. Because I can't see a hire in a criminal to serve the country. And there are quite a few ministers in cabinet right now who have matters before the court, and serious ones too. So all I'm saying to everybody tonight is, I want everybody to stay alive, pay attention, be careful of your movements. Let me try and pray more. Let me come up with a plan to see how we could take back our country, because we are under a oppressed system. And me, I am totally fed up of saying RIP to people who unalive themselves because they could no longer handle this train that's handling the country here right now. I had to say RIP to a close friend of mine yesterday, because he couldn't handle this train of the country. He couldn't handle this train of bills. So let we try and let government, Kamala, all do the right thing now. You all promise change, all they promise when you all win, we win. All they try and deliver on that, please now. And that's my contribution.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Megatron. So, Mr. Bridge, I'll give you a couple of seconds. It's 9:22. We close off at 9:30. And please be mindful, I just came in from work. So I have a family too, right? I love you guys. Mr. Bridge, go ahead. Mr. Bridge? Bridge? Well, apparently, like, his mic, something is wrong. Mr. Paul?
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, let me just call my. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, good night, warrior princess. Kitty, everybody, right? You hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
One of the issues we have in the society is what Mr. Barefoot just did just now. And I have nothing personal, but he always does this. We have a way we tend to trivialize something when it happens, like, that is normal, boy. That is no sin, no. Yeah, and the next few days we forget about it. You know, we have a 9-day wonder, and then we move on like nothing never happened. And that is one reason we can't solve any issues in the country. We can't solve any issues at all. The issue of the... Let me just let him know some points with the burial. I don't know if he ever had a death in our family. Let me let him know how this works, right? Anybody burying anybody, there's supposed to be paperwork. Whether it's a funeral home, whether it's from the... whether it was from the hospital to a poor man's thing, when they go to the cemetery, you're supposed to have paperwork. You are talking 56 people and there was no paperwork. Alright? So that's a big red flag there already. 2, there was a claim some of the bodies had their ID cards in them. So I had a death recently in the family. Alright? When they at the hospital, the person, they take away the ID card and hand it to the person who brings them into the hospital. So there's no way you could come from a hospital to a grave with your ID card in your pocket. Right? That is impossible. Right? That is really impossible. 3rd, even the guy said, even the funeral home have disclaimed themselves from what has happened. In other words, they're trying to say we didn't send them two fellas here to do nothing. Why
so
they doing that? Because they know why they're doing that. No, but what I'm trying to show you is how serious the incident is. And Mr. Barefoot put it across like it is a trivial incident, like it's something normal that's happened. It is not normal. Besides that, the international standards, you do mass graves. Even in bigger countries like Iraq and Syria, that is a UN violation, a United Nations violation to put people in mass graves. Okay? So, for a small country of 1 million something people, and you're talking babies and things, it is totally inconceivable that this could happen and be trivialized as an everyday incident, as he tried to put it across. Even the hospital would dispose of the bodies. There were supposed to be proper protocols and procedures, just like with the incident with the young lady in San Fernando. Obviously, they were not followed. Right? So once you don't follow the protocols and procedures, things will break down. Things will break down because remember, you're not following the proper protocols or the proper procedures. Right? So what I'm trying to say is, I'll stop now somebody else talk, is we have to stop trivializing issues and say, nah, I don't, like some senior politicians have done. Nah, that is nothing, man. That is a one-off incident. Nah, that is no big scene, man. That is a cool down. Nah, we had a... No. What we need to do is when these matters come up, a proper investigation, a timely investigation, not a 3-month investigation. I don't want to give no examples. You know what I'm talking about. An investigation, 2 weeks, put the documents on my desk as the findings of this investigation for whoever it is, whether it's the Honorable Prime Minister, to take action. Not an investigation going on 2 months and 3 months and 6 months because you're hoping people forget. Because the time that investigation starts, a million other things happen already. Eh? So it's other investigations taken. I might even take more precedence of that investigation. So, for example, in the unalive, 2 people by the thing, that's an investigation. But this thing that happened now is a bigger investigation. So that might take precedence over that investigation. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the problem we have. There's an issue. Give a timeline. If you are the leader or commissioner or whatever you are, give a timeline. I want this investigation completed in 2 to 3 weeks. I want information on my desk by so and so morning. Right? That is how we're supposed to manage something. Not like how we're doing things here where things going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. That is not how these things are supposed to happen. That is not what's supposed to happen.
People had chance die and the matter still going on. All right, so I brought up one more person in the box, and after that we will be closing off. Okay, guys, until tomorrow. So black something. I'm not seeing the whole name on the screen. Hi, pleasant good night, ma'am. Would you like to make a contribution? Well, all right, she isn't saying anything. Hello, going once, going twice.
Hello? Black Rose is her name.
Black Rose, would you like to make a contribution there? No, she isn't saying anything. So it's 9:28, everyone. Good night. Pleasant good night, my dear. You get seen by the ring of the bell. Pleasant good night, my dear, and welcome. Would you like to give a contribution?
Thank you. The internet's sticking. Yeah, I just wanted to say that if we could come together to have some kind of prayer or blood war or something. I just wanted to pray for the nation, Trinidad and Tobago, so that, I don't know, so some families could find peace or open some kind of contribution where families who lost their babies or something, they could get a little help, a little counseling or something. That's all my contribution for tonight, because I know we're going to close off now, less than a minute.
You could join me back tomorrow.
Give more.
Right, so you can join me back right here tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Okay, darling?
No problem. Thank you.
Right, it was nice having you. So I want to say a pleasant good night to everybody on YouTube. No, darling. Remember, oh my God, Paul, remember I just came in from work and I'm a bit tired and I haven't made dinner for my family as yet. So, so I want to say, oh God, Paul, you just overdo it. I love you, but behave. Right? So I want to say a pleasant good night to everybody.
To make up for last night.
I know, darling, but I'm tired. I had a very hard day, you know. All right? Don't worry yourself. We will fix up for that. So again, I want to say pleasant good night to everybody here on. And then too, I had to study the producer, right? I can't give me a slot on his platform, so I can't overdo it, right? So again, pleasant good night to everybody on TikTok and on YouTube. I can't read all your comments, but all your comments on TikTok and YouTube is appreciated by the good, the bad, and the ugly. I appreciate the comments. So I will see you guys back here.
I still want to talk to Penny about the thing I told you last time, petition.
Well, we will talk about that. Oh, if you have my number, you can message me, right?
Right.
Right. So I want to say a pleasant good night to everybody that joined in, even the ones that was brave enough to come up in the box and make their contribution. Please feel free to join me tomorrow night again at 8 o'clock. So I'm saying good night, and I love you guys. Have a pleasant night, everyone. Only don't forget to pray. Don't forget to pray for Trinidad and Tobago and your families. Pleasant good night, everyone.
Yeah,
on TikTok. Bye.
Good night, Trinity.
And Trinity, pleasant good night. Thanks for being my moderator tonight. Oh, I still seeing people coming up in the box. Only tomorrow, please God. Now let us leave some for tomorrow, please God. Okay, guys? Bye.
It's not easy, but thank y'all. You guys are the reason why we get new people in here. We get new gifters. So thank y'all so much for tapping that screen, letting TikTok know y'all vibing in here, y'all liking in here.